Alright, I'd like to apologize for being like all naked and stuff. You'll see that the camera is very strategically planted where you can't see like my man boobs or anything like that, but I'm a big fan of multitasking, and I need to get some sun every day anyway. The vitamin D helps me in my calls, so I'll be darned if I'm gonna sit down for like 30 minutes and record something and not do something else at the same time. So I'm just doubling up. So deal with that. I just got a lot of energy and I got to do a lot of things. I'm a savage right now. I need to win. All right, so forgive me for this. 1 week carnivore challenge update. I'm gonna try and make this quicker because this is the second time I've recorded this, and I have no patience. Before we get started, if you can try and find me some subscribers, man. I'm only up to like 6. I feel like I'm talking to a wall. Anyone that you think might be interested in carnivore diet, anyone who you think has male, reproductive issues, things like that, get them in touch with me. We could talk together and console each other. Let's just start with the numbers, and then I'll move more into my thoughts, feelings, and experiences over the week. The numbers, I'd have to say, were very impressive for the most part, but it depends on how you look at it. So there's a bit of a surprise here that I'm going to get into later. Let's start first with weight, because that's what everyone's always obsessed with, including myself. I started this journey at 90.1 kilograms or 199 pounds. As of this morning, I'm 85.3 kilograms or 188 pounds. That's huge. That's 4.8, nearly 5 kilograms of weight loss or 11 pounds in just 1 week. Granted, mostly water weight, but it still feels darn good. I'm walking around. Imagine if I'd lifted a 5 kilogram weight off of your back and had you move around and do your daily activities. So that's a big win for me, regardless of the cause or reason. Check, check. Okay, this was a strange one. My neck has shrunk severely. Now, I do lose a lot of weight in my face and neck area, but this is actually a bad indication, because normally, especially if you're gaining muscle or keeping muscle, you want to keep your neck nice and beefy. So my neck has shrunk down by 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. That's really strange. And the interesting thing is that I'm using that special machine that every time it puts the pressure for me. So it's not like me holding it a little tighter than last time, because I'm just pushing the button and letting the machine kind of measure it. No, that's a strange one. I don't know why I just lose all that weight in my neck, but that was a negative, I would say. Waist was very positive. I started at 100 centimeters or 39.5 inches. I've lost 1.5 inches or 3 centimeters off of my waist. I mean, that's like that much, that's pretty good. We're talking 7 days, once again, only in 1 week. So it's not just the scale moving, it's my body composition completely changing. Now, what really bummed me out is my body fat percentage, which is the number that I'm really the most interested in. I'd love to get under like 15%. I've never been even under 20%, I think, in my life. So I went up 6.6%, excuse me, my body fat percentage. So that sucks. And that goes to show that you really do need multiple data points. You can't just rely on 1 or 2 things like the weight or the scale and think, yeah, everything's bad or everything's good or whatever. No, you need to look at it holistically. So overall, I'm pretty happy. My waist is slimming, my weight is lighter. My strength hasn't decreased. I've actually improved in some of the body weight lifts that I've been doing with my sister. So I'm okay with that. So those are the numbers. I'm not looking at the side-by-side comparison now, but I'm going to put it up for you just to see what you think. If in a week there's any physical changes, me wearing that tightest shirt, so I'm wearing the same exact outfit. I'm hoping it's similar lighting, stuff like that. So let's see if there's any difference from looking at the eyes, whether or not I've changed. Now let's get into some of the other things. I'll talk about my experience in general. It's really, really hard to adhere to this diet. I'm going crazy. I'm dreaming about eating like watermelon and stuff. That's weird. I'm a grown man. I should be able to eat a piece of fruit whenever I want. So as far as long term, I don't know. Maybe I'm still like getting addictions out of my system, because there's people who do this for years, but so far I'm not feeling like it's a long-term solution. Another thing I'm struggling, it's just boredom. You get tired and bored. But there's been so many benefits, and I'm going to talk about those. So the weight loss definitely was a big plus. My energy levels, it's strange. Like I have this nervous energy all day long, and I don't eat at all. I run around like I've drunk like tons of coffee, and then all of a sudden I kind of crash towards the end of the day. But that's okay, because I'm productive when I have that nervous energy. It's not like I'm just jittery and I can't get anything done. So that's been a big plus. And then because I crash, my sleep at night has been amazing. So I used to take like sometimes 2 or 3 hours to fall asleep. I'm down to like 15, 20 minutes max. And I sleep through the night, so it's only when I need to go wee-wee or something. The other profound change that happened other than sleep was my lack of appetite. And I am a grazer. I eat all day long. I can eat big portions, whatever, but I just constantly was hungry and needed to eat. And that has stopped, and that is so strange. I'm not BSing you, man. This was a real thing that happened to me, and I've read about it before. I didn't realize how accurate that was. So I can easily go on one meal a day if I want. I've been kind of breaking it up into two so I can have lunch and dinner with my wife, but to be honest, I'd be more than happy to just have dinner only. So I've been looking more into fasting, especially when it came to like the snake juice I've been having to increase my electrolytes, because you need a lot more fluids and electrolytes when you're depleting yourself of carbs and glycogen or whatever the heck that sciencey stuff is. So I've been hearing more about extended fasting, and I'm really considering now shifting and doing some extended fasting. I'm talking 48 to 72 hours, 2 to 3 days only on water. And then you do like a quick refeed, and then you go back into it again. I think I could lose tons of weight really quickly doing that, and then hopefully eat a little bit more and do like a maintenance and or like a bulk, which would once again improve my hormones and testosterone. So I'm tempted. Don't be surprised if I all of a sudden go into carnivore / fasting. Let's see. I don't know. Just keep following me to find out. My toilet situation has been amazing. Now, once again, this is just me, and I've heard horror stories from other people, but from my perspective, I mean, I've gone to the bathroom every single day. I do have a system in place, so I wake up first thing in the morning, I take a shot of espresso, a little bit of water, and then I go up for poop number one, come back down, sort out my daughter, you know, make breakfast, stuff like that, drink a bit more water, and another coffee, and then I have like a second round, and then that's it for the day for me. Like I feel fine. So there's been no constipation, no straining, no diarrhea, nothing. It's just been like business as usual. So that's been really nice. And I also just feel like my stomach is flat and there's no bloating and all of that. So that's a great sign. I mean, you know, you feel thinner, you feel lighter. Another big issue that I sometimes get, not that often, heartburn. So 0 heartburn since I started this diet. And there was one day where I had a bit of a stomach, it almost felt like heartburn, but instead of up here, it was like lower down. And for 20 minutes, it was like a burning in my stomach. So I took some ice water and I ate, like I normally don't eat till later because I'm just not hungry. But I did eat a little, I think I ate like a boiled egg, and then I took a shot of like cold water, and then after like 20 minutes it went away, and that's never happened again. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was uncomfortable. But it wasn't a reoccurring thing, so who knows. So stomach wise, bathroom wise, all of that, sleeping wise, weight control wise, lots of benefits. Last thing I'm just gonna barely touch up on because it's a bit of a rude thing to talk about in my religion, but libido. So obviously the first couple of days, you know, you're going through withdrawals, you know, you're not in the mood to do anything, you're just laying down, and well, I was working out and stuff, but let's just say there was, from day 3 onwards, 0 libido problems, so we'll leave it at that. My body, once again, other people might have different experiences, but I reacted pretty well to a high-fat, high-protein diet in terms of libido. And that's important too, because once again, my main goal here really is to support myself with family planning and, you know, increase my testosterone and hormones and things like that. Anyway, thank you so much once again, and help me grow. Please encourage me, keep me going. And yeah, Aimon out.